What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Shout out to everyone tuning in. I know a lot of y'all have seen this. This post is going viral. A lot of people have been tagging me in it, and they want to know my thoughts on this. And I want y'all to understand we've seen several stories similar to this, but this is the first time we have seen a story where a female corrections officer is filmed by the inmate on his phone. Seemingly getting into some pre-action, right? And the only way that they found this out was through getting his phone. They got his phone, and that's how they were able to find this. They confiscated his phone. I don't know if somebody probably told. You know what I'm saying? I bet you there was some jealous dudes in there that ain't getting no action. And they probably told and said, hey, I think he has a phone. You might want to go check it out. And that's when and it's almost like when they got the phone, they looked for specific things. Like they knew the video was there. Or they needed evidence that this woman who was hired as a corrections officer had been engaging in some sort of activity with this gentleman. Now, her name is Kawanna Jenkins. She's 36. Now, Kawanna Jenkins at 36, she probably feels like she has nothing to lose. She ain't got no man, probably. Maybe she does. I wouldn't be surprised. And women like her get a job at these correctional facilities just to get access to these men. See, these are the type of men that these women want. They're not going to say it publicly, but these are the men that these women want. These women love street dudes, thugs, felons. This is their type. And she's no different. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the reasons she got this job is to just interact and be around these guys. This woman probably has been tricking most of her adult life on the men that she dates. Always dating men who needed her for something. And the fact is that these women are, who are female guards who are getting caught up having relations with these inmates. It's because a lot of them, that's their type. And because they have access to these men every day. These men are incarcerated. They're not nowhere. And you got these women who are frustrated. They're not getting it on the regular, probably. And they're around men that they are attracted to. You got these smooth talking dudes in jail. And these women they end up losing their minds and their jobs. So let's get into it. This according to Fox Atlanta. A former detention officer with the Fulton County Sheriff's Office is facing more than a dozen charges after being accused of inappropriate behavior with an male inmate. According to the Fulton County Sheriff Patrick Labatt, Kawanna Jenkins, who's 36, is charged with 2 counts of improper conduct by employee or agent, 5 counts of violation of oath by public officer, 2 counts of reckless conduct, 2 counts of cruelty to inmates, 1 count of obtain, procure, give inmate prohibited item without authorization. So she probably got that phone in there. But the one thing I'm looking at is the cruelty to inmates. So was she like abusing her job, or as far as was she like being cruel somehow to certain inmates, or this particular person? This was a woman who probably may have been on a power trip. She thought that she can do anything that she wanted and probably was a complete tyrant at that job. And now she's crying her eyes out. The incident, which led to her termination and subsequent arrest, was videotaped with the contraband cell phone, which was seized during a shakedown in Fulton County Jail. Jenkins was then terminated and charged, according to the sheriff's office. Jenkins has been employed by the Fulton County Sheriff's Office since December 2019. So she was only there, if you look at it, she was only there since 2020, 2021, 2022. She was there for about 3 years. And in 3 years, she's already have relations with the inmate. And, she's sneaking in stuff for him. All right. And now she's fired and she's in jail. herself. She's an inmate. She went from being a guard to being an inmate. See, that's what happens when you love thugs. This is what happens when you have an obsession with prisoners. This is weird. Women like this are so weird to me. It's like, what attracts you to a guy who's incarcerated? You know about the things that go on in jail, and that attracts you to these guys? I told y'all something is wrong with black women. Now, there was a story about the UK firing over 18 women from a UK prison. It was like one of those, nice prisons, looks like a hotel more so than anything. And, getting with the inmates, but in this situation in America, I've noticed a lot of black women are getting caught who are prison guards having relations with the inmates, sneaking in things for the inmates. That's what's going on here. These women have an obsession with incarcerated men. I don't get it. There's nothing attractive to me about an incarcerated woman. I don't care how good she looks. That woman is in jail. But there's something about that attracts these women, these weirdos. Kawanna Jenkins is a complete weirdo. Look at her. And these are the type of women who want those jobs because they want access to those type of men. And you wonder why black women are struggling the most when it comes to dating. Look at these women and who they're dating first and who they're getting caught with in these jails. And I want people to understand something. These are by choice. These women are getting these jobs and they're engaging in these situations by choice because this is their type. And again, I would not be surprised if she had a whole boyfriend at home. That don't matter to them. These women like having options just as much as men do. Now, as a statement from the sheriff, I want to show y'all the statement. It says, "The sheriff of Fulton County, I am committed to transparency and to holding each and every employee accountable to the oath that they have taken to protect and serve our community," says Fulton County Sheriff Pat Labat. "The actions of this one individual are certainly not a reflection of the men and women of the Fulton County Sheriff's Office. The vast majority of employees are to be commended for their integrity, commitment to service, and the work that they do day in and day out." And that is from the sheriff of Fulton County. Listen, this is happening more and more. You're starting to see a lot of weird behavior. But again, this has been something that has been going on for quite some time. A lot of these women, especially a lot of these melanated women, they have an obsession with thugs. They have an obsession with men who are incarcerated. And you wonder why these are the least likely to ever get married. Because look at the type of men that you go after, that you're willing to put your freedom and your job at risk over. Kawanna put everything, she risked everything to get with a guy who's probably going to be doing a lot of time in jail. Especially, they're probably going to add on time now. They're probably going to make an example out of both of them. And I hope it was worth it for her. Because now she just looks stupid. I mean, any man that gets involved with this woman is desperate. But maybe that's the type of men that she attracts. So let me know in the comments, let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all next one.